Who touched the precious, priceless, pleasing porcelain pieces? Demanded the museum director. Well, the headmistress glanced over at Miss Petunia Perpetual Motion, who, to her surprise, was now bouncing only very gently in her plastic ball. Well, technically it was me, but... No buts, shouted the museum director. Lady, you will pay for every last piece. No, screamed the headmistress. The girl, who couldn't keep still, smirked. The museum's bill came to many millions. On a headmistress's salary, even at the most expensive school in the country, it would have taken 1,000 years for Miss Prigg to pay back everything. So she had to take on lots of other jobs at Modesty Place. Despite being a very grand woman, the headmistress now had to be up at dawn every morning with a mop and bucket, cleaning the school corridors. At lunchtime, she would be dishing out soup in the dining hall, and after school, most days, Miss Prigg could be seen up a ladder, clearing wet leaves and dead pigeons from the gutters. And if there was one person guaranteed to kick over the headmistress's bucket, to send soup flying through the air, or trip over her ladder, it was, of course, Miss Petunia Perpetual Motion. Some years later, it was Petula's very last day at Modesty Place. She was 18 years old now, and ready to somersault off into the world. That morning, the headmistress had been up at dawn unblocking the toilets, and she had been called to the library to clear up some vomit after the librarian had come down with food poisoning. As Miss Prigg angrily plonked down her mop and bucket, she spotted her nemesis, Petula, sitting in a corner of the library reading a book. The strange thing was that this girl was sitting perfectly motionless. Miss Prigg hid behind some of the shelves and spied on her most hated pupil. Apart from turning a page every couple of minutes, Miss Petunia Perpetual Motion did not move a muscle. After an hour of snooping, the headmistress leapt out from behind the shelves. "Aha!" exclaimed the lady. "Gotcha!" "Shh!" shushed Petula, her eyes indicating a sign on the wall of the library that said, "Silence!" But, the headmistress couldn't contain herself. "You can sit still if you want to." "Yes, I can," replied the girl, "and I always have been able to." "But what about that letter from your mother?" "Oh, that silly old thing. I wrote that myself." 100 years of detention!" bellowed Miss Prigg. "I'd love to, I really would, but today is my very last day at Modesty Place, and for old time's sake, I am going to... cartwheel out! Farewell, headmistress." And with that, Miss Petunia Perpetual Motion leapt onto her hands and spun out of the library, sending every single book flying through the air. Thud, thud, thud. The headmistress was in the library until midnight, picking up all the books and putting them back on the shelves. And then she still had to mop up the vomit. So now you know, Miss Petunia Perpetual Motion really was one of the world's worst children. Wonderfully so. We've got our little friend down here. These children get worser and worser. He's not very good at his grammar, is he? This is Geronimo, also known as Ronnie. I'm going to have a go today at teaching him fetch. We've got his wubba wubba here. Okay, Ronnie. Ronnie? Fetch! Don't think he's quite got the hang of this whole bringing it back. Let's have another go. Okay, take 2. See if this works. Ronnie? 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 Fetch! Good boy. Come on, bring it back. Oh. 3rd time lucky. Let's see if this works. Mum?